So like, I mean, yeah, the question of like why did I want to be financially free? I mean, like you said, like everyone, I mean, I don't know anyone who doesn't want to be financially free. Everyone, I would believe that's a goal for them. It's just like why would you want to be in shape, you know? Like everyone want to be in shape because it's a healthy way to live your life. It's stress free. I mean, like that's why I think it's like beneficial that like a like as a goal to chase. And like I mean, I really only felt like I really wanted to chase that goal like maybe after graduating high school because like when I was in high school, I didn't I was just working my first job. I didn't obviously know like even what financially free is. I just thought, yeah, you
Right.
go to college, then you graduate, you work, and like I and like what I learned is like a lot of it comes from like your parents and your upbringing, and like that's why I see you post a lot about like how it's like generational, and like and I feel like yeah, like your parents do like place a lot of self like limiting beliefs on you. So it's like
Mhm.
if I see my parents still working and they haven't retired, it like kind of like places that expectation on you that like hey, you need to work till like retirement age. But like, I mean,
Right.
I'm trying to break that curse, you know, if it's a curse or whatever, and I'm trying to like obviously retire early. Like, I mean, there's levels to like financial free, and that's what like I want to talk to you about because I don't know if I'm like financially free. I don't know if I'm rich. I don't know if I'm wealthy. Like, I really don't know because like I'm new to this, you know.
Right, right. Like going back to what you said, how you said that everybody wants to be financially free. I believe that to an extent. I believe that I don't think that anybody wants to go through life, being miserable and not having enough to provide to their family. I feel like what stops people from going to the next level is like the actual work that you have to put in. And when I say work, I don't mean like labor or mentally. I just mean like spiritual work as well. Like you have to work all those traumas, like you said before, that your parents put on you, and like those limiting beliefs that they put on you as well. So it's like you have to work through so many things, and then when you get the success, then it's also the I forgot what kind of the imposter syndrome,
Right.
where like you believe like, okay, like why all these people following me, like why are these people believing in me, like I'm not who they think that I am, like, and you start doubting yourself. So a lot of it is just, for me, is working through all that, and then getting to the points and telling myself why, like why do I want to be financially free, what is that gonna bring into my life. Because if you forget about the why, then anything can come in and distract you for that. But if your why is, I'll give you an example. Like my why will be because I want to be able to have more time freedom to travel the world and to do X, Y, and Z. Or another why could be because I want to, be able to provide for my family. If you have that why in your mind all the time, it's going to drive you to be successful. But if you don't know the reason why you want to be financially free, then it's not going to, like, you're going to be like, okay, something comes up, a roadblock, and you're going to say, okay, I give up. But if you always constantly remind yourself the why, then it's going to drive you to be
And
successful.
and I feel like that's what I'm kind of struggling with right now. Like I've kind of lost my why. Like I've reached like the point where like yeah, I can take care of myself. So like I don't have like a why. Like and that's like maybe like I guess that's like finding your purpose and stuff. So like I need to like feel like I feel like maybe helping others and like helping them reach like a level of financial freedom that like I might have achieved. That could like be my why.
Yeah, exactly. And also know that, like, with everything that you start, like I was telling you earlier, like you're not going to be the best. You have to be okay with failing a couple times, and know that, like, those no's are getting you closer to that yes. Like you're going to get people that are going to say no to you. Whatever idea you throw at them, no, it's no, I don't like that idea. They don't believe in your idea. But the point is, you believing in your idea enough that you're going to take at least 99 no's until you get that one yes, and not giving up. Because with everything, you have to be consistent. And if you're not consistent, you're not gonna see results. That's like
Right.
going to the gym for 1 week and expecting to look like a supermodel the next week. Like it doesn't work like that. You have to be able to get up in the morning, go to the gym every day. And at first, not even the other people are gonna see it. You're gonna see the difference because you know your body. And you're gonna be like, okay, I do see the difference. And then once other people start telling you, you're like, oh shoot, I'm being consistent with that. So with everything that you do, just have to be consistent. And like if you keep chasing your dream, and I don't even like saying chasing because I don't like chasing anything, but if you keep being consistent at whatever you put your mind to, you're only gonna get better. Like that's law.
Right.
You're only gonna get better. So for you, it's just like you said earlier, just finding that why, why you want to do this, what kind of satisfaction is gonna bring you other than monetary, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, what was like the second part of your question? I know you had asked other parts of like about like how I started like becoming like I guess more financially free, like through landlording. Yeah, so I mean,
So
yeah, go
so
ahead.
like why did you decided to like go that route, like with, becoming your own landlord and like why? Because you could have been anything.
Mhm.
You could have done anything, with what you have. You could have done anything, but you decided to go like why did you decide to be like, okay, I'm gonna be a landlord because that's gonna make me financially free or for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I could have done anything, like, and I mean, I have done almost everything, like there's like nothing that I haven't tried a little. So like, I mean, I've tried like trading, I've tried like e-commerce, like, and I mean, I will continue to try like every option and like every opportunity. Like, I definitely want to get more into like the online space, like with mentoring and coaching. I mean, I personally got into like landlording because like I probably saw someone like me on Instagram talking about, hey, they're making money through being a landlord. So that is probably what like got me. I got like just the idea from them, and then I followed their steps pretty much, and I guess it got me like my first property or whatever. Like so like a lot of people just preach like house hacking as like the first way to get your like foot in the door like as a landlord and enter real estate, which I mean I definitely completely support. That is how I got started. So like basically you just get like any job, like any full-time job, as long as you're working like 40 hours a week. You'll have your wages documented, and then um, as long as you have like a good like steady employment for like a couple of months, you just go to talk to like a private money or not private money, just any type of like lender, so like a mortgage lender, and they'll qualify you based on your income. And I mean, you might not get qualified for that much, like maybe like 100 to 200K, which I don't know. I mean,
Which is not bad, but I mean, houses are just, oh my God, ridiculous.
yeah, it really depends on like what part of like where you are located in the US. So like what part of Florida are you in?
I'm in Tampa.
Tampa. Okay, yeah. So like
So expensive as hell.
so you probably can get like a house for less than like what do you think is like the cheapest you could get a house there for?
Um, I mean, because I've been looking because I do want to buy a house eventually. But I would say the cheapest that you can find here, I would say like 120.
For real?
I
Okay.
would say. I mean, I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong for sure. I could be wrong, but the
Yeah, you
cheapest,
might be wrong on that one because I don't
I
think
would say, I'm saying like in a bad neighborhood. I'm talking about
yeah,
like a
yeah,
really
like
bad
bad and
house.
everything. Like even if you got like the cheapest one you could in the worst neighborhood, I doubt it'd be 120. It might, I mean, you might get lucky, and like that might have been like a year or two ago.
Maybe
Like
I'm missing 30 or 40 grand,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah. I
pretty
mean,
close.
something livable you probably could get for under 200. Like let's say under 200. So
Under
like I said,
200.
like you qualify for like just with a normal job. If you're working like as a server, making like 100 to 200 a day, like on like busy nights, like you'll qualify for up to like 200K. And basically you just have to have like a little like down like money saved up like from your job. So like this is where we need to go back like a couple steps because I just realized we skipped a lot of steps like to
So
get here because a lot of people aren't even like getting qualified. Like I realized we missed like the whole personal finance step where like they need to understand first of all what is saving. people don't know what saving money is.
Right.
So we need to go back
So,
to that. But should I finish this up real quick?
so I was gonna ask you another point. I was gonna ask you about the FHA loan as well, like people that qualify for that as well, that like first time homeowners, like, and if they could, I know, I forgot what bank was doing it, pretty shitty bank, but that was doing like the first time homeowners, you put in like 3%. And I know that they were doing it here. Like, can you tell like somebody that's probably like looking for that? Do you have any experience on that?
So I know which one you're talking about. It's called like the FHA mortgage. And like I'm not sure exactly what that stands for, but like basically it is like a loan that will let you put down less than 5%, like you said, 3.5%. And then the rest they'll finance. So you will have like a higher monthly payment, but you'll be able
Mm-hmm.
to buy the real estate for a lot less. So like say I need to find my calculator because I like to actually like pull up real numbers. So let me see if I have it real quick. Actually, no, it's fine. I mean, like, let's just use like 100,000 to make it easy. Yeah, if you
Okay.
only need 3.5%, then you just need to bring $3,500 to the table, which I mean, to some people is a lot, and then to some people who are like investors and savers like me, that's like pocket change, you know. So
Right. Right. And but go back to the point that you said about saving, like that people don't know about saving, like
yeah, so that's the biggest part, and that's the part I really want to focus on because like investing, I don't know how many I really don't know how many people like really like are interested in investing and stuff, but like everyone needs to save. So like the first step is to save. And like in order to do that, we need to look at like your income, which is like the money you make from working and your business. And then my favorite part is looking at your expenses. So like people have so many expenses and it's like I mean I have expenses, you know, like I have a bunch of expenses. Like I try to keep like a minimalist lifestyle to where like I don't like buy anything unless it's like absolutely necessary. And like a lot of people call it frugal, some girls call it cheap and stuff like that. But like, but it's like, I mean, that you get to choose how you live your life, you know? So like whatever you deem valuable, you can choose to like splurge on it if you want, you know?
You just reminded me of, and I'm probably gonna mess this up. I think it was like the 50-30-20 rule.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
you
So
heard
yeah,
about
I love
that?
that rule. Yeah. So basically like, yeah, you spend 50% of your income on your needs and like 30% on wants and the rest on investing. I mean, I don't
20% on like savings on your
saving slash
savings.
investing. Yeah. I mean, right
Yeah.
now, like saving and investing are like pretty much the same because like just saving money right now, like you're earning interest on it. Like, did you know that?
Yeah.
Like, because of
Yeah.
like how they like if you guys have been following the Fed and stuff, like they've raised interest rates to like 5%. So like just having like $10,000 in your bank account, you're earning 5% like on that. So like it's basically investing right now just by saving.
Yeah. And I was also gonna say too, they have programs too where you can actually, um, and talking about credit score too, where you can actually, like if you're pay your rent on time every time, if you pay your bills on time every time, like your phone bill, electric bill, rent, you can put it through a system where they will report it to the credit bureaus, and that can also increase your credit score. And
Yeah, absolutely.
just by doing something that you're gonna do every month, regardless, you're gonna have to pay your electric bill. I mean, I will hope so. Your
Right.
rent and your cell phone bill. So
I mean,
um
I go ahead.
I'm doing that right now. I'm doing
Oh,
that right now.
really? Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of like hacks and stuff. Like, I'm definitely not even as deep into like the credit game as I should be. Like, I mean, there's so many like games that you can play with that, and I still need to learn more about it. But like, I do want to go back to like the whole we read the 50-30-20 rule, and then like so like basically this is what my podcast would be about is like breaking down each person's personal finances and seeing how well that fits into the 50-30-20. So like I'm gonna be like basically interviewing you or like any other guest on my podcast, and I'll be saying like, okay, so let's go through yours. Like real, we don't have to like break it down to exact like penny and dollar, but just like roughly, how close are you to that? Like, are you at like 90% needs, 10% wants? Like, can we actually break down your numbers?
I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm close. I'm not even close to my financial goals. I wouldn't even say not even close. Just because the level of success, and it looks different from for everybody, obviously, depending on the goal that you have. The level of success that I'm trying to get is to where I have financially freedom. And when I say financially freedom is I only want to be an investor. I don't want to have companies. I don't want to run companies. I don't want to deal with the team. I don't want to deal with anybody. I only want to invest. I want to be the guy or the girl that somebody comes and say, "Hey, I have an idea. Do you believe in my idea?" Or maybe it could be an established place already that just needs some type of revenue. And I come and I'm helping them. Hey, I'm putting in 50. Can you double that for me?
Right.
So that's where I want to be, and I'm not
And
even close to that
yeah, and
right
what you're
now.
talking about is if you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, what you're talking about is like the quadrant. So like there's the employee, there's the self-employed, there's the business owner, and then there's the investor. You want to be all in the investor quadrant, which is like, yeah, like I mean, I would say I'm pretty much only in that quadrant like right now. I obviously like I've been an employee, I've been a business owner. I am a business owner, like, and I'm gonna be self-employed. Uh, so like, I mean, you can't only be in one quadrant, but like, I know what you mean. Like, you want to like spend
I've
majority
done it all.
energy
I've
in
done it
that.
all. I've done it all. For sure, I've done it. I've been an employee. I've been self-employed. I have my own company before. Right now, I'm just really working on like what do I do that I love doing and that I'm good at doing, and not really forcing myself to do something that I don't want to do, because in the end, like, you can be making all this money, but it's just like headache. So I want to be able to do something that actually like I find that I'm fulfilling my like, and it sounds cheesy, like my destiny, my journey, what I'm supposed to be doing. And I feel like if you follow that in whatever that you do, you're going to be successful, because it doesn't feel like you're working. It just feel like if your niche is, helping people, reach their financial goals. At the end of the day, yeah, you get paid for that, but also it's just like you have that emotional fulfillment that, like, hey, I was able to help John or Katie or whatever, or Anna or whoever. I was able to, um, I was able to help them get to where they needed to be. So at the end of the day, like, that brings you that emotionally fulfillment, and that's what, like, what do I want to do with my life that I actually enjoy doing, and it doesn't feel like I'm working, because that way I'm only gonna be successful, you know.
Yeah.